today's cup of coffee, we're going to be talking about a common element, and that is salt. It's sodium chloride. I do understand that it's a combination of two of them. And it's interesting because salt is very important not only to everybody's life, but it's especially important to the area in which I live because there are salt ponds, and that this area was at one time underwater. So we have a vast amount of salt deposits that have been used since prehistoric times. So I might send a little bit of a link to of articles that tells you a little bit about our region. But salt actually is an amazing thing, and there's a couple of articles that I will put in the description because it was a matter of salt preserves and it purifies. And how does it do that? Salt actually is one of the essential electrolytes to your body. And without salt, you've got that whole sodium potassium thing. So if you're sweating a whole lot, that's why you do like the sports drinks to put back salt and potassium. It has to be balanced there. But where they're telling people too much sodium and this, that, and the other, I don't. There's conflicting reports about that. And I found that out when I was pregnant with the oldest kid, that for somebody, because salt is water soluble, what your body can't use, it excretes. So do your own research on these things. And some of the experts, are they really? Who taught them? How do they know what they know? So, but anyhow, it is essential as far as electrical signals in your body. And found a really cool article online that also explored as far as it says they still can't predict even the simplest properties of salt water. So see, I learned stuff when I go down these rabbit holes with you all. Another thing that salt is used for is as a food preservative. And that's something in this area. I grew up and they would have either salt-cured hams or they would have sugar-cured hams. And because of where we live, salt was a whole lot less expensive than sugar. And so what it does, it says that it has, it causes microbial cells to undergo osmotic shock, which is pretty cool because it just draws the water out of any kind of bacteria. So, and you're like, what does this have to do with supernatural? All right, another usage of salt is to ward off things that you don't want in your house. And that is very common. If you're having any kind of supernatural paranormal activity that is unwanted, get you some little pots of salt and just little dishes, something like that. Put them in the corners of your room. Now, this is something that within some, if you want to call them magic circles, dual meaning on that, because within a lot of occult practices, it is a matter of drawing a circle of protection with salt around, that is a barrier that the forces of darkness cannot cross. So, yeah, that's real. It's not just Hollywood stuff, folks. And well, Hollywood, uses a lot of things that are real, and they use it a lot of times for the wrong purposes. So, next time that you have a salt shaker or whatever, it's not as common as we would like to think. It's like, oh, it's just salt. No, it's salt. So these things can be used for lots of different purposes. I'm not going to put any kind of link as far as with the ritualistic, if you want to call it that, the protective properties of salt, because you can find those, and there's tons of them, and having to go through and vet those, no. And that's true with some of the scientific papers too, because today's world, no. But yeah, carry a little bit of salt around with you. You never know when you're going to have to throw it over your shoulder. And that was one of the things. Why do we throw salt over our shoulder? So we can hit the devil in the eye. Yeah, think about that for just a few minutes. Send me your paranormal, supernatural, legends, myths, Bigfoots, skinwalkers. I'm still not thrilled about the thought of the skinwalkers. UFOs, whatever you got. If you've heard something, seen something, experienced something that is not easily explained, shoot me an email at cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. You're not going to be made fun of. You don't have to worry about that because, yeah, there's some of the emails that I have received that the people were truly concerned that somebody would think that they were crazy or that they had made it up or, just look at them oddly. And you don't have to worry about that when you send an email. Because with the experiences I've had and that we're sharing with each other, no, it's not just you. And more than likely, you think that you're the only one that could have experienced this. Probably not. And this is a matter of destigmatizing the paranormal and the supernatural. And you all have a beautiful, blessed day.